Hello, hello. We go through and say hi to some people. Welcome in Juan Perez, Simply Jan Homestead, Butler Family Farm, Blessed to Crochet. Hey, there she is right there. Robin with Garden State So and So, Tina with Rainy Ridge, Blessed Through Connection, Jeffrey W. Lori with It All Adds Up. Hi guys, how are you? If you can hear the sound of my voice right now, if you would share this out on your community tab to get a few more people in here, I would definitely appreciate that. Welcome in, Bonnie. So, Mary has had this second, so her main channel is Blessed Through Crochet. And she started a second channel. I don't know how soon after, and so she started doing these live streams that are very much similar, not the same, similar to the tuber chat thing where you grow your community. And everybody on YouTube has a whole different genre of people. And every time I go into her Blessed Through Connection lives, I meet new people every single time. She makes everybody a moderator, and you can go through and connect with these channels. Really nice, sweet people. Welcome in Indiana Backyard Gardener, Carol with Broke But Bountifully Blessed, and Heather with Milk and Honey Heritage Farm. So you want to tell us about your Blessed Through Connection, your how everything works and all that.
Hi, Mama. There's Mama Blessed to Crochet. So I wanted to take a moment and say hi.
Hi,
well,
Mom.
We started Blessings Through Connection because when we were doing Blessed to Crochet and we were going around and doing a couple of things, when you're trying to do and get to monetization stage, it is hard when you're not very clear on the playlist. You want to support other channels. And when it's not very clear and you're trying to help somebody get to that stage, we wanted to support other channels. But it was like, we don't want to put them in with our playlists unless we're doing a collaboration like we're doing with the Fall Fest coming up, which I'm so excited for. And so how do we do that? So that's how that other channel came about. We knew exactly what we were going to do. We kind of got the inspiration from Rushing Wind Mountain, because I saw what they did and I thought, we can do this through that. But we kind of just laid it dormant for a while. And the only thing we really did with that was put playlists on there of channels like Gail's, like other people that we really liked. And we put it on that channel. So if we were on our main channel, we could send people over to Blessings Through the Connection and say, go check out those playlists. These are channels we really want to support and we like that. And it just sat there for a while until we were ready to kind of say, okay, now let's take this. And what I have found out through doing this is it's kind of helping a little bit, because one channel is kind of supporting the other channel,
Yeah.
And I didn't want it to be totally faceless. So we've added videos. We're going to add more videos. But when you come in, you are made a moderator so that you can go back and forth very easy throughout everybody's channel. Hi, Sandy. And that was the purpose. Now, eventually there may be a point where we may need to remove that and just be able to put in a code word to drop your link. But we really wanted to make it easy for people to go visit each other's channels. But we want to make sure
you just click on it and go. It'd be so easy.
We wanted to make sure people are going to do this correctly. It's not just going to the channel and hitting the subscribe button, or what we call on both channels connection button. Before we had ring doorbells and we were knocking at people's door, they didn't know you came to the door unless you left a note or you called them when they got home and left it on their voicemail. So if you go over to somebody's channel, you're not going to hit that subscribe button or that connection button. But if you don't leave a message on something there, they don't know you stopped by.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to go into their channel. We have us telling you, go into their channel, find a video, make those connections the proper way. And we chose green, we chose trees because we wanted to remember that it's the growth. We chose a
You notice
car.
I put trees as the thumbnail?
Yes.
That's the best one I could find.
We chose a car because we wanted, get those connection engines going. And we wanted just to remind people that this does, when you're trying to build a YouTube channel, whether you have, if you're trying to do it, you can't do it unless you're connecting with people. It takes the connection to really continue growth.
I kind of follow a little bit the tuber chat rule in that the video I go and watch is 3 minutes or over.
Yes.
Okay. But then I take it a step further because I'm just a polite Southerner and I think you should do things all the way properly. So I go through and I add another one to a watch later list that I run at night. And that way they get two. And then I try to go back and watch one in the next few days to make sure it sticks. Because I want everything I do. And so far, every time I've gone in there, all of them have stayed. So I kind of have the two videos, watch two videos all the way through that are 3 minutes or longer rule. That's my own rule that I've adapted over time on YouTube.
We also have a Facebook group for that page so that people can go in and let people know they're live. We've also created, and I think I've fallen behind. I have to get back. I don't know. I lost a week somehow last week. I need to go back in and do that. But we were putting on both channels like make a comment, make a connection. And I think I've missed a couple of days. And we've actually put those posts up. So if somebody's going live, put in that post, hey, I'm going live. You know what I mean? At, 8 o'clock. Or just saying hi. And even if somebody says hi on that post, I'm going over to their channel and saying, hello, how you doing? So I've told people, even if you're already connected, go over and support them. Let them know, hey, I saw that. I'd love to see those comments. And you'll see the little car we have created, which we're going to get on merch soon, that says keep those connection engines going. We've named her Lizzie because Lizzie was my great grandmother who she was a spitfire of a person. So I'm like, keep going. Yeah. And we also do our shout outs once a week on both channels. And then we've created a song for both channels and we do a recap.
Yeah. Mary is the one that did the song for Broken Hearts Ministry. She did a really good job on it. And since I have you on here live, my mom was really touched by it and she said it made her cry. So, it did touch her and she did really like it. So
I love that.
Me too. And the fact that you put Gretchen's name in the song, that was so cool.
Yeah, I made sure I had to do the words. I said Gretchen's name has to be in the song somehow. Yeah. I let AI do a lot of the word stuff for it, but
did a good job.
I've done one recently that my daughter's riding a horse. It's called Back in the Saddle, Chase Your Dreams. And that's my fight song right now. That's kind of like that. Keep pushing and keep going forward. I think I was talking to Poetic Tears, if you're familiar with her channel, and she's trying to see if some of those AI songs can actually go on Spotify or Apple Tunes or something like that. Ones that you've created. I thought if that happens, I know I'm going to be putting several up on that, and that'll be awesome to see. But we do the weekly, we take the week's shout outs and we put them in a weekly recap. And I missed last week. Like I said, I had a senior moment week. So we did a thank you little message to everybody.
We all get busy and things happen. We have good intentions. Like we'll be going along really well and everything's going great. And then boom, derailed. It could be sickness. It could be sadness. It could be a project or an appointment or anything could just derail you really easily.
Well, my aunt passed in March of this year, and then I got some health issues that actually winded me in the hospital overnight. So I've been kind of trying to get back, and I deal with fibromyalgia on a daily basis. And my mother's computer kind of had some issues, so the son-in-law is trying to fix that. So I haven't had the help that I was getting a little bit, so we're trying to get that back on track. But we take the shout outs every week and we put them in a short. And then when we're in the 2 hour, it usually lasts about an hour to 2 hours worth of a live, we then drop that the weekly shout outs, we play them and we drop those links in the chat.
Yeah.
So
I love the way you take things that people do a certain way and you just kind of create it and do it your own way. Like you think outside the box. I think that's really cool. Just different ways of people connecting. I kind of have a brain like that too. Like, you know, I watched people do these Fall Fest type things, but they had different names for them. And I was like, I could do that. And I thought about it probably 2 years before I actually started doing it.
Well, you do an awesome job.
Doing it, thank you. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
The good thing about doing a collab like that is you can kind of make your own rules and you can change them. If something comes along, you know, I'll admit there's problems that come along every year. You guys don't hear about the problems because they're my problems. But every year there's some little problems. So I try to fix those problems with the rules for the subscribers and the people joining their channel. And I try to simplify it. And I even took the point of saying, hey, if you don't want to call out the rules in your video, just sew some pretty fall decorations. And as long as you put the hashtag, hey, that's it. It's the rules are there for you. If you don't want to use them, don't even bother. Because I don't want it to be so hard that people are like, it's so hard. I'm like, no, you call out 12 rules, you give them a secret word. That's it. That's what you do.
Exactly.
Easy.
And you have fun with it. If you can't have fun with it, then.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually making my Fall Fest video next week, and I have a costume I'm wearing for it. So that's going to be really fun. And Hubby's going to be off next week. So I thought that might be a good time to do it because he could kind of maybe film some kind of little comedy part for me because sometimes certain angles are hard to get, you know. So I was going to see if maybe he could help me with that a little bit. So that'll be fun. And I'll be laughing like crazy because every time I put on a costume, if you could see me, you would be laughing so hard because, yeah. But anyway, this is a costume I've wanted to wear since I was a little kid. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's a surprise.
We want to be surprised.
Yeah. You want to be surprised. Yeah, that makes it fun. So I hope you guys enjoy it. It's for the enjoyment. Some people will be making funny videos. Some people will be wearing costumes. And some people will be just reading the rules and giving a secret word. And all of that is fine. Do it how you want to do it. Don't even show yourself if you don't want to. Just put up some fall scenes and some words, and that's it. Doesn't have to be hard.
It's just simple. Like we're gonna go out. We've been I'm blessed to crochet going out by our fountain, and the fall leaves are starting to change, and we've been really just kind of focusing on sitting there rocking. And I bring a crochet project out, and then we connect because we're going to be getting into the fall season, and people will, inevitably, be indoors more. And that's also when people watch YouTube more. Yeah. So we want to start really kind of helping people build those communities and build that support. I deal with chronic pain on a daily basis. So having the fibromyalgia, some days it's really easy for me to go out and sometimes it's not. Today I'm really hurting because we went out and saw the Clydesdales yesterday and we did lots of walking and my body's going, you really did it. I'm like, yes, I did.
Yep.
And so we're trying to do that. But when you come into Blessing Through Connection, we're trying to really take the focus off of us and put the magic in the chat. I have seen you in there talking, with other people. You had a family reunion coming up. You were talking about that. Somebody else was talking about something else. And I've seen people talk about different things. And that's what I want to see happen in there. We're going to be adding more videos in between the quiet music, or right now
I like the instructions, kind of occasional instructions in your connection lives, I think are helpful because for the people that are getting sent over there, and I need to get more consistent on what I don't even know if you have a schedule. Maybe your schedule is just whenever, but
I have one tonight at 8:30.
8:30.
So.
Okay. I'll try to remember that. But yeah, I was making some really good connections in there, and I need to turn that. I think I did already turn the notification on.
Yeah.
I think when I was scrolling earlier, I saw you and I was like, oh, let me put the button on. Maybe it'll tell me when everything is. So, and I try to do that. I always try to turn the notification bells on because I got to admit, there's a lot of lives to remember what times they are. And I have a couple that I remember and I'm always there. But there's a few others that I don't always remember. So, and I do want to remember and I do want to always be there. There's some people I want to always be there, but it just, I could be perfectly not doing anything and be in there. You know, you never know. I might be not busy, might be just doing something that I could do later, possibly. Sometimes
one of the things we're trying to do too, and I got to get back on doing more of that, is if we see you're going live, we're trying to post those lives. Like I'm going to go back probably tonight sometime and go into all of Gail's upcoming lives and put them and schedule them about 15 to 20 minutes before she goes live of her Blessings Through Connection. So if we see that somebody's going live that we're connected with, either in Blessed to Crochet, we're hopping over to Blessings Through Connection and doing that. The reason why we want to create a post and do it that way is because as people are going over to our community tab, they can see, oh, that person is live right now, and it shows up that way. And it's crazy because it won't do it the same way if you do it on your phone or on the computer as it will on the phone. So we have to do it on the phone. I don't know why. I've tried it. And I just like having the vision of that. And I really want to see that community board just light up with different people who are going live and scheduling it about 20 minutes before we go into your live. We give it a thumbs up and let you know we've scheduled it. And we're doing that because that keeps track for us to say, okay, we've already put this on the community tab. Because if I go into all 4 of Gail's lives and schedule, I'm like, wait a minute, what did I put? Where did I put it? Lets me know I've already taken care of it.
Yeah, I've been sick myself. I came back. I came back from our wedding trip thing sick.
Oh no.
Like literally the next day I was feeling sick. So I probably picked up something in the traveling and being around a bunch of people. And then I canceled probably 3 lives at least. And so that did not help my channel either. I mean, I hate it. It's like you're telling a small child they're doing bad. Like when you talk to special needs children, one of the things you do, or they taught us, was to say thumbs down if they were acting a way you didn't want to. Well, my YouTube studio is just thumbs downing me. And I'm like, oh, quit saying I'm terrible. Quit saying I'm bad. Yeah. So I'm working on that. But I try to go back and remember. I try to rack my brain. The other day I was racking my brain. I was like, okay, I'm tired of looking at the thumbs down. What did I used to do that I'm not doing now? Okay, well, I need to do more shorts because now that I don't have gardening season, that brings my views down.
Yeah.
I need to email people and ask if they want to exchange playlists, stuff like that. I just need to get into some of these places and, like yours and Tuber Chat. And I've gone in the source a couple of times. I haven't been in there very much, just a little bit. So I need to do some of those things too, because that'll definitely help. So that's why I like your thing. I think it's an awesome idea.
Are You Locked In is another great channel with Chip. He's in the Tuber Chat family too, and I've been on his channel as well. And one thing that he said that was something to kind of remember is that what happens is the same people you kind of started with don't always stay with it. And when you come into a place like Blessings Through Connection or Blessed to Crochet, which we're trying to get to 2K, we're only 84 away. So if anybody can help us I know it's not about numbers, it's about a community, not an audience, but that 2K means a lot. I want to get to that goal for my mama before the end of the year, because both of these channels are hers. I get the connection. Any revenue goes to mom, and that makes my heart happy. But he said, we have to remember that when you come into either one of our channels, it's like a warm connection. So when I'm coming into Gail's channel and I've got all these people within the chat, they are a warm contact. And that's how you're going to build, is having that. And we can't always rely either on YouTube notifications. Before I came on here, I shared that I was going to be on here with several different people, my mods group, on both of our Facebook groups, our Facebook pages. You have to be somewhat of your own notification. But if you're going to say, okay, I've got my 1,000, I'm monetized, I don't need to make any connections, you might as well just forget it, because you're not going to grow anything further. It's all about making connections and making sure they stick.
And don't stay in your own genre, because that.
Oh, yes.
People advise, stay in your genre, stay in your genre.
No way.
Well, only stay in your genre if you don't want to grow. Like, Absolutely. Number one, I don't want to, okay, I love my homesteading friends. They're awesome. But after watching 5 people do the same thing, I'm going to move on to something else. So I might go watch a gardener, go watch somebody feed goats. I might go watch somebody do an exercise or do an inspirational thing or read a devotion. Like, watch a travel channel. I have so many genres that I follow. And honestly, I don't want to watch the same thing all day. So why am I going to follow only one genre? Because I have a lot of different interests.
And I'm drinking water today because we were out in the heat yesterday with the Clydesdales and the dust. And my throat is like, it's dry after yesterday. So forgive me, but no, you can't stay in your own, your own niche, and you have to go outside of that niche. And, it's kind of like why we say on Blessed to Crochet, you don't need a crochet hook. And I forgot to mention that came from when I was on Chip's channel by Lewis Acre Karma. She said, you are crocheting. You're just crocheting connection. And it's just so important that we realize that connection is what is going to help grow our community. I'm not connected to Hulu or Netflix and all that kind of stuff, but I am connected to my YouTube community. And when, like I said, my aunt passed in March, and when she passed, or before she passed, she had stage 4 cancer. I reached out to my YouTube community through through YouTube channel, and her wish before she passed was seeing our family. Well, my YouTube community came together and they helped her with a plane ticket to come up here and see us one last time.
Yeah, I remember that. That was really sweet. And YouTube does that.
Yep.
I have more YouTube friends than I have real live friends, to be honest.
Absolutely.
I talk to multiple people on the phone. I have probably 20 to 30 people in my phone, like phone numbers, like programmed. So yeah, got a lot of connections, people all over. I mean, I can pull up a live. Matter of fact, I got a call today. Someone was asking me if I wanted to be on a panel for a video editing program thing to ask questions. I'm like, yeah, let me download that and I'll come in and see if I can come up with some intelligent questions. I said, I'm not saying for sure if I'm going to do it, but I'll certainly ask some good questions and give it a shot.
And we don't ever go, when we get monetized on that channel, I don't plan to go live, maybe members only live, but we're going to stay with this format where you guys come in, we're telling you what we're doing. We're going to be adding more features or more videos kind of throughout with things that we like to do and so forth and like to say. We are also, and I think Gail said she would do it, and anybody is welcome to do it, but we'd like to come up, and I've done kind of my own interview. I want to go back and kind of redo it a little bit. My daughter and I have to finish her interview. Alfonso says he's going to do one, but we want to do a getting to know you interview, about 30 to 45 minutes. And there was a YouTube, and I actually did a live on it, study that was out. People do not watch YouTube for the reasons you think. They watch YouTube because they're realizing that there's a community and a connection. They want people that are authentic. They see that somebody like me is me. There's no Hollywood thing. There's no anything. We're just being, real.
Yep, you meet me at a meetup. I'm the same person. I'm crack the same jokes, and I mean, I can be serious and take things serious, but I can also be funny. And so sometimes when I go into other people's lives, I get nervous though, and you may not see the kind of funny joking side of me. Whereas in this group, sometimes if I want to crack jokes, I just do, because these are my people. But don't get stuck on the thing that you have to go and be friends with these certain people. Okay. Your community is your community.
Exactly.
Your people will find you and they will be loyal to you. And those are your people, the people that like you the way you are, the mistakes you make, the jokes you make, the knowledge you have, the things you do, and just spending time with you. And they just like your chemistry. You just have chemistry, just like in real life. When I'm sitting here talking to Mary on this live, it feels like we're sitting in the same room with each other. So we're making a connection right here. And it feels like we know each other because we're sitting here and we're talking to each other and looking at each other's face. So it is a real connection. And I've made so many friends, and I love you too.
And, and also when we do those interviews, what we'd like to offer people as well is to have a playlist on there. Now, Tuber Chat has a playlist. Of course, my daughter's channel has a playlist, and Blessed to Crochet has one. But we want to offer a playlist where we're putting that video in, and an opportunity for people to kind of get to know you behind the scenes a little bit, and then giving us about 5 hours whatever content you would like to have, so we can put it in the playlist. That's what we would like to do. We want to start doing those interviews so we can put them out. There is something called The Bridge. It was done with The Source and several other different channels I was on. And we're going to be doing those once a month. And when we do those will be the only lives that we're going to be doing on the channel outside of what we're doing. So if you see The Bridge come up, that is going to come out once a month, where we're going to be looking for small channels which we can share out and tell people about. And through that, I met 4 or 5 people that I didn't know before.
Yeah, I found one the other day. I was like, oh, I wonder if there's anything I can do to help them with something. That's how my brain works. Like, I've mentored multiple channels and tried to help them grow. And I find it rewarding to take my knowledge and teach it back to others, but mostly on an individual basis. I have a few videos kind of talking about how to use YouTube and tips and tricks and stuff like that. But on an individual basis, about once a year, I'll put out a video and say, hey, is there anybody who's interested in having a mentor that can teach you some stuff about YouTube? A small channel, like under 500, that just needs help, just wants to grow. And I remember I used to ask questions and nobody would answer my questions. And it was so frustrating. So I wanted to be like, when I got up to be a bigger channel, I wanted to be able to share my knowledge and not try to be greedy and hog it, but share it out and give it to people like a gift, like, hey, I can help you. Thank you, Carol.
And you're an inspiration, I know, to me, because I can see that. And as we grow, I've said, I never want to be big enough that I can't share a small channel out. Because I know what it's like to be. I know what it's like now to be like 84 away from that 2K go over at Blessed to Crochet. I'm like, hi, Lewis Karma. Thank you so much for that crochet connection, because I've taken that to heart so much. And I so thank you for that inspiration. But
I don't want to be so big of a channel that I feel like some people on YouTube value the subscriber number as if it's a status thing. And to me, I love the person, because behind every channel is a real human being with real feelings. And I don't care if you're 100,000 or 50. a good person is a good person, and we should all give each other a
Yeah.
chance, and we should all help each other grow. That's my
Exactly.
opinion. Don't be greedy with that knowledge. Share it with someone else, because it's very rewarding to help other
Yep.
people. It makes you feel good to help other people. Hello, Mike's Chaotic Gardening.
Well, that's what I did in Blessed to Crochet. We and
Hello.
Tommy went on with Kevin, or not Kevin. Tommy and I. His name was Kenyon, and we did a live together on Canva. I didn't really think I knew much about Canva, but I knew enough that I could share, and I shared that. And just so people think of this, we could have, just look at Blessings Through Connection for a minute. Is we have Tuber Chat, we have Rushing Wind Mountain, we have this. There's other channels that do something similar to that, but there's only one of me, right? And there's only one of you.
What's that saying that you always say?
Be proud of being yourself. We're going to get on merch soon. Be proud of being yourself. Everyone else is taken.
That's it. And that's the advice I give people, to be yourself, and your real friends and the people that are your community and are your people will be drawn to who you are. They'll accept you the way you are. And hey, if you make a mistake in your video, you don't quite do your editing perfect that day, and you leave something you should have probably clipped out, they're like, okay, she's just being Gail. Oh, she missed a little something. No big deal. We still love her,
It's like when after my aunt passed in March, we have our daily devotions we do over at Blessed to Crochet, and I'm really, really behind. And I have just said to my audience, thank you so much for your understanding. Now, there's over 6 months worth of devotions, or a little bit more than 6 months. And even though it says today's the 12th, you could go watch May 12th and April 12th if you haven't seen it before. As we're trying to get caught up, because I also winded up in the hospital for a little bit. So, and your audience will be patient with you.
Yeah, they will.
If we remember that out of all the YouTube channels here, everyone, even though there's a lot of gardening channels, there's only one of you. There's not another channel like yours. And 2, if you've gotten monetized, there's over 150 million YouTube channels. 3 million of them get monetized. If you've reached that step, or you're close to reaching that step, or you've gotten partially monetized, you've done something pretty amazing. When you look at it from that perspective, it totally changes it.
Put up the link for Bushcrafty Cooks. So if you guys would go and click on that channel, it's a brand new channel. I think it's about 84 subscribers. Connect with that channel and put a video on your watch later list, or hit like, do something to help you, screenshot it or something, help you remember to go back and connect with that new channel. It's got some really cool recipes. I tried one the other day yesterday, as a matter of fact, for some enchiladas. So if you're looking for a great place to find some good recipes, that's a great place to go. And also, Charles, I did understand that. I looked at the words you sent me, and I pulled it up on YouTube, found a little short that explained how to do that thing that you talked about. And then I did it, and then I shared it with my friends. So thank you so much for your help on that. Very cool.
And we're probably about 256. So, and also one of the things that we did over on Blessings Through Connection as well is that we created what's called calming streams. And I know this confused you a little bit. And when it says calming, I think it's called calming blessing streams, we turn off the comments. And you were like, wait a minute, I can't make a comment. And I'm like, no.
Well, because I've been following along one way, and it's like, wait, what happened? Yeah.
We asked everybody if they wanted the back streams that we use and the music that we use, and just without no talking, just as a relaxing thing. And they wanted that. So what we do is I love everybody, but I don't want to sit at a chair for 6 to 8 hours. So we take off the comments, put those on, and allow them to run. And there's probably about 4 or 5 of them now up. And so if anybody wants to take that list and watch any one of them as we
Hi,
try to get our
Jason.
watch hours up, that would be great. But if you see the Let's Connect, those are the ones where we're opening the chat up. The calming blessing ones that are running for 6 to 8 hours, those are just for you guys just to enjoy. And then, look at those recaps we've done. Pay attention to the community post. Pay attention to all of that, because you can find some great communities in those recaps coming out every week.
Yeah. I wanted to welcome Jason with Green Country Agroforestry, and you were asking about Bushcrafty Cooks. Yes, that's Bushcraft Family, a new channel that he started. So it's at 84. So check it out. It's got some cool recipes from a man's perspective, right? So it's interesting, but it's really easy because I followed a recipe, I made it up, I changed it just a little bit, and I made it for hubby, and he's like, "Oh, this is really good." I'm like, I said, "That's a Bushcraft Family recipe." He's like, "No way." I'm like, "Yeah, it is." So anyway, I made it. It was good, and then we fought over the leftovers. So there you go.
Well, Lewis Acre, I can do some of your stuff. I'll watch it some this weekend for you, and we'll help. I don't throw in the towel. Don't give up. I've thought about it a couple of times, just as I know getting to 2K it's a milestone, and YouTube tends to look at you a little differently at 2K. And having that song recently that I created, which was done from one of our quotes we do on Mondays over at Blessed to Crochet. I've just had this image of this horse, and I thought, that's the YouTube horse I'm on right now. I'm not getting off. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to stop.
Oh, yeah. I've had a lot of people come across a lot of people recently that need encouragement. So try to encourage your fellow YouTubers, because they're working really hard, guys. They're working really hard, and they're working for less than a minimum wage. Some people aren't even monetized yet. So keep your friends in mind. Help them out. Run a playlist or something, it's definitely helpful. So Bushcraft Family said, I was wondering if I should do a video. If you're talking about the auto dubbing, definitely yes. Or if you're talking about announcing your new channel, definitely yes. Either way on that, yes, you should make a video. Whatever you want to make a video on, I'm sure it's a great idea. So we'll see.
And let people know, let other people know. And I think that it's really important to have people around you that are just not going to let you stop.
That's right.
And I have several of my mods. Real Outdoor Living is amazing, and she's one of my mods. And we've just said, I'm not going to let you quit. And she looked at me and go, I'm not going to let you quit. And I think that you need people like that, that are just
I could see one of my fellow YouTubers was having a really hard time the other day. And I could tell it from an email when I need more of a connection here. I feel like I need an actual conversation with this person. So I left my phone number in the email, and then they called me, and I answered the phone, and I talked to them on the phone an hour or so and gave them encouragement. And they've been hanging out and it wasn't even really necessarily someone who even comes in my lives very much. That's just what I do. That's just who I am and what I do. It's like, I feel like she needs encouragement. She's going through things right now. And if you're having trouble with people on YouTube, guys, all of us have had trouble on YouTube. Tons of trouble, okay? Trouble with people, trouble with friends, trouble with trolls, all kinds of problems. This is the thing about YouTube. There are thousands of people and communities and millions of all this. Don't feel like you're stuck. If you find a group of friends and you find out they're not great friends, go to another community.
Yeah.
Because guess what? There's more people. I know you're sad about it and it hurts, but you have to move on. You have to keep going. And like you said, the group you started with is not the group you still have. Yeah. So you have to keep adapting and making new friends. But you'll have that core group that will stay with you. but you have to continue to make new friends. And you never know, your best friend may be the one still out there. So you have to keep going. You never know when you're going to find someone that's going to inspire you to do something great, or even teach you how to do something that makes money. Like I started following, I'm following Mountain Grandma and Yogi Hollow Farm. They were doing this soap collaboration. So I did it last year. I actually made money during the fall and winter making soap and selling it to my husband's coworkers. So I would have never learned that skill if I had not been on YouTube. So people can inspire you to do all kinds of things.
Yeah. And, and one thing we do too over at Blessed to Crochet is and I've sent you these are our soap caddies. I've sent you ones for Broken Hearts
I'll
Ministry.
tell you what I did with them. I put mine in my soap basket that I gave away because I make soap.
Yeah.
And I don't know where else to get caddies. So I thought, that'll make the basket look so fancy to have this little soap thing. So that's what I actually used mine for. I was like, ooh, look, I have this soap caddy that I can put in my basket. So
I'll have to send you some more.
Yeah.
Make soap. Where to get them from.
It makes your basket look fancy to have those little added things in them.
But you just put your soap in here and we sell them, and you once the soap is done, you throw them in the wash and start all over again. But it doesn't have to be something you hand make, but it can be like a pen or a pencil, or you've gotten the stickers from YOLO Stickers and so forth. And even when I pass these out, and I have them in my purse, and of course we sell them, but if I'm in a doctor's office, I work on big blankets when I do my stuff. I love doing blankets. That's what I take outside. And sometimes it's hard with the blankets I do to take them to doctor's offices, which you have to sit around for a lot. And so I take these and I put them in my purse, and I'll be crocheting. And then that way, if somebody says to me, oh, you know what? That's great. And then we start talking. I'm going to hand them one of these with not only Blessed to Crochet, but Blessings Through Connection on it. They may never come to my channel, but every time they use us, they're going to think of us.
True.
And I do the same thing. I've done several of these. We have our connection cakes. I do those. And I've sent them. I should send one to Gail.
I have soap. And I bet it would be really cool to put your soap in it and use it. I think it would be cool. But I was thinking to myself, keep it and use it for yourself, or put it in your basket and make it look fancy. So anyway.
I'll have to send you some more.
Yeah. So on this, Mike's Chaotic Gardening is talking about running people's playlists. So I think that can be true if they let something run twice, because I think it counts as long as that red line is not there anymore. If that red line is still there and you run it, it may subtract the hours. I think a good thing to do is make a playlist of multiple channels that runs at night. And it's not one channel, but it's like Mike and Mary and Jan and Heather and Linda and Karma and Carol, and it goes like that. And so it's different channels. So I don't think it picks up on it as much when you do it that way. So that's one of my little strategies. I have private playlists that I run with people on it. So that's how I do it. And it's also hands off. You let it go.
Yeah, just let it run.
You let it go. And then if you decide you need to make it public, so you can like run it on a TV or something, you make it public while you're doing it, then you can turn it back to private if you want to. So yeah, I do that all the time. I don't know if anybody else does that, but that's my little strategy that I do.
All that dust from the fair.
I'm sitting
there thinking, oh my goodness, it's really made my throat pretty dry today, and I didn't realize how dry it became. I didn't drink enough water today yet. There was horses and dust and farm, and it was wonderful. We saw the Clydesdales. They were absolutely stunning.
I've never seen those in real life.
Yeah. I had my walker and I was walking, and then I got them, and my daughter took a beautiful picture with the Clydesdales. I said, it's her birthday next week. They let her take a picture with the Clydesdales.
Jason, who are you talking about on the avatar? Sorry. Go ahead. So trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to ask you. So how often a week are you doing your Blessed Through Connection lives where people are connecting?
We're going to do one at 8:30 tonight, and I'm trying to do them at least 3 or 4 times a week. The one thing about that too is because I deal with fibromyalgia, I'd like to be more regular at Blessed to Crochet. We are doing a crochet and chat by the fountain tomorrow. You guys got to come see. The leaves are even more vibrant. Still green.
I love
but they're changing. But when I'm hurting enough where I can't be live, then I use that time to still get my connection fixed, to be able to connect with people. And I feel like I'm helping to really bring people together. I did a recent test that our church did, our Bible study group did, about your spiritual gifts. And one of them talked about hospitality as I'm very high in hospitality, and where I love bringing people together. That's part of my personality. So I feel like I'm bringing people together. I'm going to really enjoy putting those get-together interviews with people and allowing them to have playlists on our channel and so forth, and providing those relaxing streams for people to just go in and just take a moment and go, you know what I mean? But I think that we're in a world today where social media can be wonderful and it can be difficult. And,
also be very much a distraction.
Yes.
So if I'm trying to really focus on a project that I want to get done, and I don't want the voices, because I have I have groups. I have a group, that talks all day, all day long. So I have to kind of put it to the side. Of course, I always have my notifications off. I don't have my phone. I don't know if y'all know this about me, but I don't really like phone sounds in general. I keep the ringer on because hubby would throw a big fit if I turned it off. But as far as notifications, I do not have my phone ping, 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 pinging all day long. That would drive me insane. So sometimes I'll put that phone in the other room, or I'll plug it in. I may even plug it in and turn it off, let it charge, and I'll go work on my project, and I stay focused on it, or sometimes I'll just put music on instead, because that keeps your mind in a specific place. Of course, personally, I listen to Christian music, so that keeps me in a good place. That's my own thing. Maybe for you, it's instrumental or Mozart or whatever it is for each person. It could be hard rock. Maybe that's your calming thing, but it's different for
all this music.
Mike's Chaotic Gardening. If you'll send me an email, I have a little tip that might help you on that. And so Bushcraft Family had a live the other day. Bushcrafty Cooks is the same as Bushcraft Family. So I had a live talking about auto dubbing. So while you're in here, I'm going to have you, because this is a big thing right now. So he mentioned this in live. Somebody mentioned it to me. So I emailed him and I was like, hey, what's that thing you were talking about in your live the other day? Robin was telling me about. And he's like, auto dubbing. So YouTube has started this new thing where they turn on auto dubbing. Okay. And so what this is, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, Charles, because, you're probably smarter than me. But so what they do is they take my video and they turn my voice into Russian or whatever language, and they send it off to Russia. And that part's fine. It's not the language thing that bothers me or that is the problem. But then they focus on sending my videos over to Russia, but don't put my videos out into my community. So if you see your arrows pointing down, it could be this new auto dubbing thing. So you might want to do a little research on that. If you send me an email, I will send you a short of how to fix that on your channel, or do some research, look into it. This could be a problem. If you notice a recent problem with your videos, you may want to look into this auto dubbing thing. So I went in and I changed it, and just like overnight, the numbers are better. So if something just suddenly happened to your channel in the last week, send me an email and I'll get you a short on it so you can get that changed.
I'll have to look at that because I have it on. I'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah.
You know,
it's so funny because, you know, I got the email back from him. I did the research and then I found a little short on how to fixed it on both my channels. And all of a sudden overnight it's better. So I think I feel like maybe this sounds very cynical, and I try to be very positive, but it's almost like YouTube is sabotaging us sometimes.
yes.
I know it sounds cynical. I'm sorry,
No,
guys.
it's not.
Sorry. I'm usually glass half full, not glass half empty, but seriously, turning on auto dubbing and sending us to other countries so you don't have to pay us. I mean, we're getting paid under minimum wage as it is, whack job. Why do you really need to be messing with our settings without our permission? So anyway, I went in and fixed it, and overnight my thing is better. So if you have any problems on your channel, you're welcome to send me an email. I'll send you the short on how to fix it. So, or do your research. Do your research if you want to, or you can take my advice, whichever I don't want to argue about it, but if you just want me to send you the short on it, I'll gladly do that.
Somebody was asking about making calm videos. And here's my suggestion. There is something called Pixel Bay. And most of our videos, except we were at Mount G's the other day, I took a little video from that. I'm going to go back and do that and put that. And I got to sit by the fountain one day and take some video, and I'll be putting that in Blessings Through Connection. But you can go to Pixel Bay. A lot of our videos that we have gotten, the one we're using now, we're kind of in a horse theme right now as we're talking about get back on that saddle and chase those dreams no matter what it is, have gotten from Pixel Bay. My recommendation, okay, is this.
You're talking about Pixel Bay, Pixabay.
BAY, yes. Okay. Is when you go into Pixel Bay, you can use it for free. We use all of our thumbnails come from Stock Cake. Pictures come from Stock Cake. We pay $10 a month for Stock Cake. I don't pay for Pixel Bay. You can download videos down there for relaxing nature scenes or something, making shorts, making videos. My recommendation, though, especially if you're going to do something like we're doing over at Blessings Through Connection, is download it, put it into InShot, CapCut, whatever you need to do to make it at least a 3.5-minute video with the music. If you're going to use music from Pixel Bay, do it with the music. Upload it to your channel.
I didn't know Pixel Bay had music.
It has music and videos.
I knew it had videos and pictures, but I didn't know it had music. I'll have to look into that. So it's like all the rest of it. It's non-copyrighted, right?
Here's the thing. Upload it to your channel. I will upload everything. When I do something, I put it, if it's a 15-second video, I just keep duplicating under Cap or InShot till it's longer than 3 minutes. I add the music, I upload the music, and I upload it to Blessed to Crochet and see if there's going to be a monetization problem. If it comes back that there's a problem, the music gets nixed, or the video gets nixed. I don't use it. So if you're going to do anything like that through Pixel Bay, just cover yourself. Take it.
Yeah, maybe download it and have it scheduled out. And then if you see it's going to come up, then delete it, change the music. That's what I do sometimes. I'll just see if it hits, and if it doesn't, then delete it. I've done that with music before.
Well, if we're going into a live setting like we are, that's kind of hard. If we're doing a video, it's different. But we go ahead and we put it up, and we just test and make sure there's not going to be a problem. And then just cover yourself. Now, what we're going to start doing is taking the video from Pixel Bay, but also doing Suno and taking the calm music and creating our own music. And then I don't have to worry about, any kind of issues with the music.
Heather wants to know if you do knitting.
I do crochet. My mother does the knitting. I do crochet. So
I was trying to find the video where I was trying to find it where I typed out the word Pixabay. Hello, John, with honey and stuff.
but just cover yourself and check and make sure that you're going to be okay, that it's not going to come back and do anything for, hurt your channel. Just double, just make sure that that's good.
Okay, so I wanted to go back and clarify a couple of people making comments about playlists. If you run a playlist, okay, you cannot have the volume turned all the way down or it will not count. So if the person doing your playlist has left it all the way down because it's annoying them, that's not going to work. So if I'm in the house and I have one going on the TV, I have it at least on a low volume so it counts. So, but it's in the other, it's in the other room. And so, yeah, sometimes I do have voices going on throughout my house because I have 4 devices, 2 TVs, 2 laptops, and my phone. Of course, I keep my phone for regular communication, but I have 4 other devices I can use. So, yeah, I keep those lists going.
Or you can put earphones.
Well, I just have them. Well, the one in the bedroom.
Yeah.
As long as I keep the volume, I can't hear that. The 2, I got 2 in the living room. The only really one I can hear is in the kitchen. Like if I use this laptop, and this is usually the last one I use because I'm in the kitchen most of the day, just doing chores and stuff. I even do my computer work sitting in here. So, yeah. So I just try to keep the volume down, and it works.
If I'm in here crocheting, I'll hear it. So I'll put this up and then run channels off the computer. But you can do the calming stuff. You can turn off the comments, make calming videos, and just hit loop on StreamYard. You can do it on Streamlabs, and it will loop the music and the calming thing over and over again. Just make sure you're covering yourself to make sure that the video or the music is not going to have an issue.
Oh, Lori, you can ask me more about the calming videos in text if you want to. I can help you with that.
So,
if you notice, I don't know if it was for Gail Southern Living or for Broken Hearts Ministry, but one of my 2 Fall Fest commercials, advertisements, I made with Pixabay video, where I just took different fall scenes and put them repetitively, put music and put some words in there. So that's, of course, you don't have to use the words. You could just put calming music there. So that's a way you could do it. Just go and you pick it, you download it.
Well, with Blessings Through Connection, I went outside before I went live. And I did the video. And I did it. I did the video, and I'll take that little piece of the video, and then the rest, I'm just going to put in backgrounds we've had through Blessings Through Connection and put them in a video and put it up as a commercial. I'm probably going to go to Mount Gees, which is not far from us, to record Blessings Through Connection.
There it is. There's Pixabay. I must be really behind because just now found the word Pixabay. So this is for Pixabay is for pictures and non-copyrighted pictures and video, and she's saying music, but not all the music. So
it'll say it's free. It'll tell you it's free, and then when you load it up, it said, "No, sorry, there's a problem." So that's why I'm trying to say, cover yourself if you're going to use it. Just make sure you're checking before you use it. I'm going to start eliminating music from Pixabay, and I'm going to start creating mine all through soon.
Maybe are you talking about Pixabay or are you talking about Pixabay? Is that 2 different things?
No, I'm talking about Pixabay. I'm talking about PIX.
I'm talking about Pixabay, right? This, and then Pixabay. See, because I kept thinking you were talking about Pixabay because Pixabay.
That's the one I'm talking about. Of course, I'm probably not saying it right.
Pixabay, because he's talking about Pixabay. I think Pixabay is a different thing. I was sitting here going, wait a minute. I thought Mary was just saying it wrong by accident, and that it was Pixabay. But then he said that, and then I was confused. But maybe there is a Pixabay too.
Maybe there is. I have dyslexia, guys.
I can get
what I do.
But yeah, I've been using Pixabay. I learned about Pixabay from a channel called Lori's World.
Yeah, Sandy Wandy, one of my mods sent it to me, but I would just be very careful with their music. I haven't had a problem too much with their videos, but their music can come back. And if it has any on their videos, content, whatever, I don't even touch it with a 10-foot bowl. I just am very careful. I just upload it, make sure there's not going to be a problem. And like I said, all of my music starting after this month, because we change our backgrounds for our scenes through Blessings Through Connection every week. So it's not the same thing you guys are going to be seeing every week. The music stays the same for about a month. So right now we have birds and wind and all that kind of stuff happening.
Are you banging?
Yeah, I'm
And
actually
so
particular about my music, and I've tested it. And so if you hear the same kind of song, it's because I've already tested what won't copyright on me. And actually, I have one song. I really like the song. And what it is on that song is it's a shared thing. He shares.
share content. Yeah.
He shares it with me. So because I really like the song, I do use that one knowing that. I just don't do it on every video. But since I really like that music behind music stuff, I use it knowing that because he shares it with me. Instead of taking all of it, he shares it. I'm like, okay, well, that's nice of him. At least he shared it.
Yeah.
And I have respect for that. I don't mind that. But when they take all of it, it's like, oh, if you did that all the time, then you wouldn't get any money for yourself. So, I'm
going to start.
I like music and I shared it.
So. I just started taking music. I started taking Suno, and I just started putting relaxing music, and I thought we're going to just start using that. I've got the Suno, so I might as well use it.
I don't know, Karma. I feel like it needs to have some real volume, but I don't know. I'm not the computer tech expert here.
Yeah, I wouldn't mute them if you're trying to help people, but. And like we put a short up, we just said thank you to everybody because I forgot to put out shout outs for the week. And I put up a short just thanking everybody, and that was just, I got that video from Pixel Bay, and it got 1.4K views. And that was a song. I was like, you never know. You just never know.
Yeah, I'm actually, sounds crazy, but I actually started working yesterday on a Christmas song that I'm going to sing and put out on my Broken Hearts Ministry channel. But I wanted to practice it so I could kind of get it all worked out, So, but I'm by myself. Nobody can hear me singing a Christmas song in September. So
my daughter wouldn't care.
I don't
She'd
sound
Christmas
crazy.
Time every time.
I thought it would be cool because there's a lot of old music or old Christian type music that you can put out that won't hit the copyright sometimes. And so I'm going to try it.
Last year, I put a song out by the gentleman that he lets us use his music for my intro and outro. I'm Blessed to Crochet and Blessing Through Connection. And I sang a song for your challenge last year. And I think we're gonna still do the Christmas connection, but we may do it a little differently. Everybody loved it last year, but I want to do it a little differently.
Yeah. I'm going to try not to get so overwhelmed this year in December. I'm going to try to keep it
tried.
I'm going to try to keep it simple.
I wanted to have my video already done for Fall Fest and everything, and it just didn't happen. Like I said, I was pretty down for about 3 months. I had she passed and my hormones went, let's just go crazy.
I only have to compare it to my sister's passing. And of course I had a cat pass away about a year ago. So I have those two. I did some pretty serious grieving on both of those because the cat was like my baby. And then my sister, just the way things were left made it really hard for me. But I understand grief totally. And Jason, I think you're a really good musician. I like your singing. I like your playing, and you have some humor along with it. So I really enjoy your playing. I actually miss it. I'd actually like to listen to you sing again. When do you do your lives? Do you still do singing lives sometimes? Because those were fun.
And just remember that sharing your channel out to people will be the best thing that you can do. Letting people know that you're supporting a community, and that the community tab. I think the community tab is kind of like your grandmother's lamp or your aunt's lamp that you got from the wedding that you don't see very often. And I can tell you, the more you visit people's community tabs, the more you're going to actually see them in your feed.
You can learn a lot about people from their community tab.
Exactly.
You can learn if they're a person who shares other people's videos or only shares their own videos, because there are those people. And everybody wants to, it's okay to share your own video sometimes, but if you only share your video, you kind of look a little self-centered. Yeah. So in my opinion, I also like to share, quotes and funny things. And if you look at my community tab on both channels, you're going to see personality. Yeah. On ministry, of course, you're going to see more like Bible verses. I do like a sermon of the day, Bible verse of the day, song of the day. I do, quotes like that over there. And then on my other channel, it's more like funny, and I share videos every single day. And it shows a lot of personality. And I think it does help people to go and look, okay, what are they sharing? What are they doing? What are they up to? Sometimes they'll say, like, if someone usually goes live and they're not live, if you look at their community post, sometimes they might have put out a live saying that my husband's sick, I had to go to the doctor. There could be updates on there. There could be things about a trip. There could be all kinds of stuff on there. So if you're interested in a channel, check out their community tab. See what they got going on. Maybe they got a giveaway coming up. You never know.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why we did the Facebook group, because if you're in our Facebook group and you want to let us know, hey, I'm going live, if I see it in the Facebook group, I'm going to put it on. That's another reason why if you go on our community tab, and I don't think I've got it. I thought I had them all caught up, but I didn't. I had them on the one, and they're on both channels, actually. You'll see these pop up. And it actually has the date on the very bottom. And I've missed it. I haven't done one since the 10th.
But that's the one where people go in and comment.
And they comment, hey, I'm going live, or how are you doing today, or whatever, and let us know. And if we see them, we're going to go over. We're not going to get everybody, but we're trying to fill a community tab with as many people, when people are going live or they're going through a premiere, because we know YouTube does not do well with sending out those notifications. They just don't.
I can help you with that. I can help you with that, Carol. So if you're going to make a short, okay, mostly if you're not talking, but I guess you could do it with talking, but mostly like if you're going to show something, and say I'm going to show my hydroponics or a flower or something, I can go in and, if you hit the plus button for your short and you go to the top and you search music, search a specific song or search a genre of songs, it'll come up choices, and you'll hit on it, hit the arrow button, and it'll pick that song. Then you go down to the bottom and hit the red button, and you can film for 15 seconds. And then you hit next and you put out that video, schedule it, or put it out right then, whatever. But it will let you use 15 seconds of a popular mainstream song, for your video, if you want to do that.
And we're just trying to fill it up. And if we know somebody's going, then we're trying to put it on there. And then, of course, having Blessings Through Connection, if you're coming in there and letting people you're going to be doing a live, they can put the notifications on for that. Or we want to get as many people as we can in that chat to do.
It's a great way of connecting. I would love to set up something like that if I could find some way to motivate people. Like, I don't know how you motivated people to go there, but
Sometimes it's slow.
Yeah.
That's
Jan
okay.
is not doing a live today. That is a fact. Jan is not going live today. I saw a post in the community thing earlier saying she's not going live today. So,
I mean, there's sometimes I go in there and not very, very few, there's not a lot of people in there, and that's okay. I'm going to turn it on. We're going to turn those engines on. We're going to connect. We're going to have people come in there. It's all about the connections. I don't care if 2 people are in there. It's going to take a while for people to grow that channel. And it's going to take a while for people to understand if they come in there, they've got a source of people and they're meeting new people, but they're people that become a warm contact. And it's the kind of stream that sometimes it'll be quiet for a little bit because people are going to other people's channels and they're going to visit doing it the correct way. So I know if Gail comes in and she doesn't say anything for 5 or 10 minutes, she's going and visiting other people's channels, and that's fine.
yeah, I'm over watching a 3-minute video and making a
So
comment.
she's doing it the correct way.
Yep. Yeah.
And
if you need something, Jason, let me know. I'll be glad to help you with whatever you need.
And that's what it's all about. It's about helping each other and helping each other grow and realizing we can't do this by ourselves.
Yes.
It's all about community.
Yeah. And that's one of the problems my friends have had recently is that it's hard to get the watch hours. And I'm trying to explain to them, hi sis, hi Freehandly Maid. That's my sister-in-law. I tried to explain to them that I didn't get here by myself. I grew a community. And the people in my community have come and gone. Hello, Linda, another time. And it's a formula. Getting your channel monetized on YouTube is a formula. Yeah. And I can tell you how to work the formula. But you're going to be working your butt off. And truly, if you want to do it a little faster, a weekly live or 2 or 3 is going to help.
You know what helped too? We did them over at
without doing lives is near impossible unless you have like the personality of a movie star. And there are people like that. Yeah. They just people are drawn to them, I don't know. But some people are.
We did Blessed to Crochet. We did those calming streams over there, and I picked up quite a few watch hours from just running those over there too. And we got all of them from Pixel Bay. And guys, when you go into other people's chats and you see them rolling, don't compare yourself to them. Biggest mistake you could ever do. Because you can go into people's channels that maybe have the same amount of subscribers you do and go, look at them. Their channel's rolling. What's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you.
That's the biggest mistake.
Do not compare yourself
on YouTube. Don't compare yourself to other people. And you have to really strive not to be jealous of other people, because being jealous and looking up at other people, it's not going to work for you. It's not going to work. It's not healthy. And if I catch myself feeling that, because I'm not going to say I've never felt jealous or whatever of other people. I'm not going to lie and say that I have, but I fight those feelings. I fight those feelings with sermons and the Bible and Christian music and doing other things. And sometimes I have to put my phone in the other room, walk off and do something else. Because
you need a break.
Everybody needs a break. YouTube can just it can be great and wonderful, but it can also take it all out of you. And you'll find your group of people. It just may take longer. Like I say, people don't talk about it, but it's chemistry. It's chemistry. It's chemistry between people, and it's personality. Nobody ever says, hey, your YouTube channel will grow if you have a specific personality. But some personalities that are more outgoing than me are going to do better. I'm more soft-spoken, and maybe some people like that, and those are the people that are drawn to me. But the people that want 50 million jokes an hour, they're not going to get that. They're going to get my occasional wittiness that I come up with, mostly when I'm with Heather, because Heather makes me, and Jan, they make me like crazy. I don't know why, those two specific people, but yeah. But yeah, I try to keep it fun and have fun, and I try to, well, you're in the prepping community. People in the prepping community seem to upset the YouTube
algorithm.
management.
I'm just trying to get back into it.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. It's a touchy. I touched on some of those subjects in the beginning, and I hit some that were kind of hardcore. And I got weird comments. Number one, I got more views, and just one time I touched a subject that was controversial, and they turned my comments off and hid my comments on that video. They got mad. I just really stepped on their little toes. This was during the 2020 stuff.
Well, and that's what
I don't touch on those subjects anymore. I try to stay out of that.
Do I, neutral as possible. But we're doing it over at Blessings Through Connection. We're trying to make it by making everybody a mod, but we're also doing it right now for the next month and a half. I love everybody, but I'm not staying out in 20 degrees snowy weather. We'll just make a green screen and do it in my bedroom when we do the rocking, crocheting, and connecting. But that's also another time for you guys to come in and connect with each other. It's not about coming in, saying hello and dropping your link. It's about saying hello and talking.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people like myself that may be dealing with chronic pain that can't go out in their communities very often, or are dealing with, elderly adults that they're taking care of, or I raised a special needs child. So there were times where I was too exhausted to go out. And these communities that we have built on YouTube are really necessary to be able to just keep people having that connection. It helps me through my day, because I could sit here saying I'm hurting, or I can sit here, connecting with people and talking and forgetting how, sore I am from the fibromyalgia. So
I want to poll my community, and I want you to answer too, Mary. I want to poll my community. I want everybody to write an answer here. And I want to see what you guys think about this. Why did Gail start a YouTube channel? And put your answer in the comment section. Put your answer in the comment section. And I want to see what you guys think, and what you guys think may or may not be the answer. And then I'm going to elaborate on that, since we have more time, since Jan's not live. And we'll see if any of you guys can come up with a reason I'm on YouTube. I want a few.
And somebody was saying something about my mic. I'm trying to look. It's an actual game mic. I think it's MO or MACONO, I believe. It's on eBay. First two things I got was the camera was $30, the mic was $30, and I found this on OfferUp for $10. And I just added stuff in it. But my mic, when I'm blessing through connection, is green, because green is for growth, and then we can change the colors.
That's a good idea. Green's a good idea. So you notice I didn't even do that on purpose, but it is green tonight. I didn't do that on purpose. I did do the thumbnail on purpose though.
So when we're sitting here and it's purple, we're at Blessed to Crochet. But it's an actual game mic, and it was on eBay.
Now we're talking about why I started my YouTube channel, not why I watched my first YouTube channel. That's a different thing. Why did I start my YouTube channel?
I think this is the.
I want to see how many of you guys know the reason. I want to see how many of you guys know me. Does my community know me? Come on, Jason, you have an informed answer. What do you think? And I've answered this question multiple times over my 5 years on YouTube.
Mine was definitely connection. I found out the importance of connection, and I didn't want people to ever feel as if they were by themselves.
Okay.
Because when you're raising an autistic child, it can be very lonely.
I could see how it would be. You know, I
Yeah.
worked with autistic children at the school. So Mary from Blessed Through Connection, that's up here with me, she said community. Jamie said Heather, but I think she was probably kidding. I didn't know Heather when I started, so she
I
was
also
on.
had
But
Blessed to Crochet as a connection.
Heather said friendship. Help with the homeless. That's why I started the ministry channel. But that we're talking about this channel. Oh, learn how to connect with people, get your voice, getting out of your shell. And then someone said something about learning. So the answer is because I was lonely. I had left my job at the school because I was working with special needs children. I got a work injury where a kid pulled on my neck, and I got an injury and my neck was stiff for a while, and it's better now. But so you're right. Connection, friendship. It was not, and my sister-in-law got one thing right that the rest, you guys, a lot of you got it right. Most of you got it right. But one thing she said that nobody did say, and this extra, and I didn't even think of this until she wrote it. I was like, oh yeah, that's totally part of it too, to have your voice. So to have your voice. So because at my last job, it was just a mess. I got an injury. I was bullied at my job. It was a whole mess. And so the reason I say be blessed, do something kind at the end of my videos, because I'm reminding those people to be kind, because someone was not kind to me. So I'm trying to always be kind. They were not kind to me. They did not understand. They probably were being mean to me because they knew I was a Christian. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So yeah, to have a voice, to make connection, because I was lonely. I was bored. I was lonely. I needed friends. I needed a voice. But along the way, I've learned things. It's been awesome. It's been great for me. And I did come out of my shell. Now, still, if I had 20 people standing in front of me, I admittedly would probably still be quite nervous and probably turning a couple of shades of red.
Yeah.
But because, you're out there and I can't see all your faces, I'm okay. But yeah, I was lonely. I was bored. Yeah. And I felt like I needed a voice. So I admit there are days when I feel like people do not listen to me. I'm
Absolutely.
like, I'm talking. Why aren't they listening? I'm talking to you. I'm taking the time to talk to you right now. Yeah. Why are you not? I'm listening when you're talking, and I want you to listen when I'm talking, because I'm saying something because I love you or I care about you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And somebody was asking if one of the mods could put in Blessings Through Connection channel. So
if I have quite a few mods in here. So if one of you guys will put the link in for Blessing Through Connection, her live, if you want to check out what she's doing right now, her connection lives that she's doing to help you build your community, she will have one at 8:30.
Yep.
So if you guys want to go check that out, you could even put the link to the exact live so they can turn on the notifications for that live. So you could put one to her channel, maybe one of you guys, and then another one of you guys could put the link to the actual live, because she has one set up for tonight.
Yeah, I Tuber Chat does something unique to his own self. So does Rushing One Mountain. So I wanted to kind of.
I didn't know Ruby was doing a connection.
Yeah, she does them where she has beautiful backdrops, and she'll just have people come in. But I just thought it was really important that people are instructed how to make those connections happen. And also that if you're in our shout outs for the week, that your link, even if Gail, when you were, I don't think you were there every time that it was in, but I gave you one on this channel and Broken Hearts Ministry.
Thank you.
Even though she wasn't in the chat, she was in her shout outs. So her link was literally getting dropped We went live, I think, 4 times that week, and her link was getting dropped beginning and at the like the half an hour mark, and then the other half an hour mark with our theme song, her link was getting dropped so people could connect over to her channel. Then when we sit and do blessings through Blessed to Crochet, we do the same recaps, but with that theme song, and it looks differently. Those come out every Monday at 8 p.m. And we're putting in, again, trying to just get people to connect correctly with the communities. And we say, if you can't make the connections right there, make a playlist, put them in a playlist, and go back and watch them correctly so you can make sure.
So your live is in 1 hour?
Mm-hmm. Those
I said
connections.
8:30. It's 7:30 in my time. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I did it. I did it because I thought that'll be good for people that want to head over there and look. And 2, this is a channel, if you can, to put on your community tab and let your people know, because I know the struggles of what it's like to be at a channel that's sitting at 250 and it's just sticking. It's not growing, or being wherever it is. And you've got to meet those new people. You've got to make those connections, and you've got to get involved in that and get into people and get on their channels and collaborate. And, I said to myself, it's kind of like having a baby. You have the baby and you think, I'm never doing this again, until you have the baby and you hold them in your arms and think, okay, I'm ready for the next one.
Yeah. I haven't experienced that, but I've heard that.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm ready for the next one. And, you go for the next channel and you're like, okay. I said, but this time I'm cutting the cords. There's nothing. But I really recommend that anybody that has a channel have a secondary one, if nothing else, but putting people's playlist on there that you really like, so it unclutters your playlist. You can say to people, I want to send you over to people's channels I really want to support.
Yeah.
But make your playlist very clear, especially if you're trying to obtain watch hours, so people know that those are the things, these are the ones that I can watch to help them get there. Mm-hmm. Have the other channel where you're recommending people use your community tab, but have a second channel. You never know if you want to do something similar to this.
Yeah,
and give your community opportunity to connect.
I have a previous channel that's no longer, I don't have it going anymore. I mean, but it's still there. I left it because I'm like, hey, it's already at 1,000. There's people trying to get to 1,000. It's already at 1,000.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there. If I ever come up with another idea where I want a channel, it's still sitting there. I'm just going to leave it there. I'll just have to, I already have my 1,000. So I'll just have to work on my watch hours.
Yeah.
So
that's what we're working on.
I'm sorry, I topped an S on the end of that, but blessed through connection.
Yeah.
Is the channel we're talking about tonight. And she has that in 1 hour. If you want to go.
It's blessings through connection.
Blessings.
That's okay.
Okay, but several people have dropped the link for the live. Jason dropped it. Jamie dropped it. Multiple of the mods have dropped it, even though I've typed it wrong. And
if anybody can help us get to 2K on Blessed to Crochet, that's what I want for Christmas.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping Fall Fest will help you, because
yes, I'm excited about Fall Fest.
84 is a doable goal. It could happen. I know we have, because she signed up a third channel of hers, so we officially have 25 channels joined up so far. Next week, because Fall Fest Q&A was supposed to be last Friday, but I was sick. I was running like 101 fever.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I had like a sinus infection or something. Anyway, so I have that rescheduled for next Friday. So next Friday will be the Fall Fest Q&A, where you can come in and ask any questions you want. And I'll be going through the rules, talking about everything, and I'll have a list of the channels that have joined in so far. I'll list those too, and I might even have a mod in here dropping channels. I have been supporting all of my Fall Fest, all the people who've signed up by email. I have been supporting all of those channels since the day they signed up, and will continue to do so. And we'll be sharing them out, their videos. And I'm just going to I'm supporting the people who are supporting this collaboration.
Yeah.
So, and that will be my focus. Hello, Andale Homestead. I hope you're doing
Diane,
okay.
we're praying for you, hon.
Yes, we are. We are. We have multiple people going through some stressful times right now. I know Julie McKissick from HIDEOUT got back a diagnosis of no cancer. So that is a praise. So thank God for that. A lot of people have been praying for her. That's why the Pinecone Fest meetup was put off or was canceled for this year, in case anybody wondered about that.
Well, and just think, we're a crochet channel. We do not teach anybody how to crochet. I didn't feel comfortable to do that. Mm-hmm. I will guide you any place you need to go. But I'm in homestead channels, I'm in fishing channels, I'm in tuber chat, I'm in Are You Locked In, I'm in cruising channels, I'm all over the place because I knew I couldn't stay in that niche.
Yeah.
And the only way to make your comfort zone bigger is to step out of your circle. You ain't going to make it bigger if you keep inside. Yep. So we're crocheting connection at Blessed to Crochet, as well as Blessings Through Connection. And that's why we said, for the next little bit, we're going to just open it up, let people come in, have their own crochet hook, let them put their channel in, and let you guys start building your communities, because here's the time when people are going to be spending a lot more time on YouTube over the colder months.
Yeah. As for me, I've been working on my fall recipes playlist, making videos for that. I'm going to make them for September, October, November. I already have those scheduled out. I have several more to make. And then, so that'll be 3 whole months worth of videos. I'll put out 1 video per week. And so there'll be some videos. And then I'm starting hydroponics. That's new for me this year. So I'll be making hydroponic videos today. I made a hydroponic video where I set up the whole system and put the seeds in and showed all the things. So this is my first year with hydroponics. I'm super excited about that. I've learned a lot of information from Mike's Chaotic Gardening on how to do hydroponics. It's really fun. I'm enjoying it. And I actually officially have 4 cherry tomatoes now, 4 tiny little micro dwarf tomatoes. Wow. And then I have 3 more little ones up. 2 are in the systems, and I have 1 also from Mike. I learned how to do the cracky method of growing. So I've started the cracky method of growing is out here in my utility room under a grow light. So I have that too. So if you don't have of course, the thing about it, the cracky method is you still have to buy the supplies, the net cups, the rock wool, the clay pebbles, all the things. Yeah. But unless you're very inventive, you could kind of come up with and make some of those things yourself. But
and in December we go live every day in Blessed to Crochet from January 1st or December 1st through to January 2nd, because I know that can be a tough time for people. Yeah. And I'm not sure, but we may go live every day at Blessings Through Connection. We may do the lives and then just carry over to Blessings Through Connection and give more connection over there. I'm not committing totally to that, but that may very well happen over the month of December. But we very much come in and make the lives and turn on the lighthouse and be those lighthouse beacons. We're also working on a blanket for a lovely channel called Helping Hands for Cruising. They help to give people like veterans and people that would otherwise not be able to afford a vacation or a trip or a cruise the ability to be able to have that. So we're actually working on a blanket right now when we do our rocking and crocheting and connecting, and we do that so that we can help them to be able to use that in their upcoming auction. And my dad had dementia for the last 7 years of his life, so he could not do any of that. And so we are doing that blanket in his memory for that auction that's coming up. So
that's sweet. Very sweet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put up your channel links real quick before we end the live so people can click on the things before we go.
And then also we will be doing lives through Blessed to Crochet with, we do the shoe boxes for the Samaritan's Purse. We filled 2 last year. We're hoping to fill 4 this year. So we do lives. We have some supplies we've gotten already. We have a wish list on our link tree. And we try to at least fill 4 shoe boxes this year. And that's in my grandmother's memory. So
what do they
trying to
fill
do
the
a couple of
boxes
things.
with?
What?
What do they fill the shoe boxes with?
We have, school supplies, and it's through Samaritan's Purse. Billy Graham's son runs that ministry, and we did 2 boxes last year, and they went to Guatemala. Socks can go in there. There's a whole list on their thing of things they say that you can put in the box. And so we do the live stream so that we can do them. So I'm hoping every year we grow more and we fill more and more shoe boxes to go out. And I actually went to school with Jerusha, which was Billy Graham's granddaughter.
Oh.
And she married, I think she's now divorced, but she did marry our I think it was our assistant youth group leader, I believe. So I have some history with a little bit by the Billy Graham family, but we do that every year. And we're sending out our first blessing box. One of our ladies in our channel is dealing with stage 4 cancer, and she's trying to crochet 4,000 hats for her local veterans, for people. And she's dealing with that. So we're going to send her some yarn to help her with that. So, if you have a YouTube channel and you're blessed, you got to find ways to give back. Now I know I need to send a connection cake to Gail.
Yeah. So
and some more soap caddies.
Since you're a little more connected with the crochet community, if you hear of someone looking for a ministry to make hats for someone, keep the Broken Hearts Ministry in mind, because since it's now fall, we're looking into our hats, scarves, gloves, and all that kind of stuff. So,
what's your favorite color?
Mine is purple.
Oh, well, see, she's a purple girl. I knew we'd get along just fine.
Yes.
Nobody gets my purple sparkle one. That one was mine, but I did. Purple. This is
I also
for
like blues and pinks too.
This is one I just got done with, and that's going to Are You Locked In? And I've got a couple other ones that are ready to go out. So it's just fun. We put our name on them, and then people can raise them up and wish people happy birthday. Seems to be they come out a little different every time I do the connection cakes. They're a little different every single time.
Basically, I get, people donate used and new, and I set down a blanket or something, and I lay them all out, and I get a big Ziploc bag. And on the women's, I try to match them up as closely colored or matchy looking as I can. On the guys, not so much. They kind of get like a jumbled up little mess there. But sometimes, I could sometimes put black with black or gray with gray or brown with brown if I have it. But on the girls, I try to do a set of red, a set of purple, a set of blue, and I sit down and I put them in Ziploc bags and we just let them pick what colors they like. And then, sometimes we're out and they just have to get what's left. But we just put it together. And I don't really know how many exactly we go through. I know we start handing them out in October. So October, November, December, it's probably around 30, 40 people, maybe more, maybe less.
When
if we go to the Salvation Army, because when we go there, it's more people.
Yeah, and the lady in our group, in our community, I just thought, she's dealing with cancer, but she's using her, she's going through this time and she's doing something good. And so she makes blankets for the local veterans and so forth. And I thought, I've got some yarn I'm not going to use. And I thought I'm going to send it to her so that she has more yarn to make more hats to reach her goal. So we're hoping to be able to send out more blessing boxes.
You've been busy too, because I've had people donate things to me and they're like, well, I have this sickness. I have to sit down a lot of hours, and it just kind of keeps my mind and my hands busy. So I've had people do stuff like that. So sweet. And it makes us feel useful, and it gives us kind of a purpose. So it's really good. So I think I'm going to have to end the live, though, because I have to go in and make some dinner for hubby, and
Sounds
actually
good.
not than I normally do, but I was enjoying your company and the questions and things we were talking
Yes.
about. So
I'm sorry, everybody. I got parched. I think we were. It was a lot hotter than I thought yesterday, and then of course you have all the dust from all this stuff. It just got all over. So I apologize if I had to sip on a little bit of water and my voice kind of got dry a little bit.
y'all, can you hear my cat over here?
I can. I am
Right?
unfortunately allergic to cats. They're beautiful. I watch them from
Yeah.
afar. My husband is deathly allergic to cats.
Yeah, I'm allergic to cats too. But I love them that much.
Yeah.
Probably not as much as other people. There's probably people that are way more allergic than me. But yeah.
Oh, he gets them and his face swells up immediately. He can
Hi, Lori.
we have our dog Mocha, which she's on our channel over at Blessed to Crochet, and so she is a superstar over there. But we have her, but that's about all.
Yeah, we
can't
have one
cats.
backyard kitty and one inside kitty, so we have 2 kitties.
Yeah.
So in less than an hour, Mary will be doing her Blessing Through Connection live. They've put the link there multiple times in the chat.
Yeah.
So check that out. Try to grow your community. It's a great place to meet new people. I'm going to try to get my dinner in the oven and be over there myself because I haven't been there in the past few that she's done. So I definitely want to make it by there. And
thank you for your support.
All right. And I got to let this cat out. See, my cat is like a dog. Okay. He asked to go outside like a dog. I am not kidding. He just not used the litter box. He asked to go outside. He'll even go up and touch the knob of this door.
Oh my goodness.
He'll touch the knob to go outside. Mama, time to go out. And then if I walk up and open the door and he doesn't go out, he either wants water or he wants a snack. And sometimes he wants attention. So it's one of those 4 things. I go through all 4 things and usually I hit it by the end. Yeah. I was like, why can't cats speak English? Except for when he's standing at the back door. I'm pretty sure that always means back. He wants out. But anyway, thank you guys for coming in.
You're welcome. Be proud of being yourself, guys. Everyone else is taken.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a blessed night.